Hey guys, and welcome to another episode. So this episode is about recovery. I ran a marathon last week and Shanini99 asked if I was going to do a recovery video. This is it. Recovery is a huge part of your training, of your racing. I know it comes after the race, which is the main event, but if you want to run for a long time, if you want to continue without getting hurt, and you want to make the best out of your training experience, recovery is huge. This isn't just for racing. This is also for big workouts. Workouts where you go a little further than you normally do. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's roll the intro and we'll get right into recovery. Alright guys, welcome back. This video is about recovery. Now, it is specifically about marathon recovery, but it's ultimately about race recovery. I say specifically about marathon because I just ran a marathon and I'm recovering from that right now. But this is for 5K, 10K, half marathon, big workouts that you do. Recovery is a huge aspect. Let's get started. When you're training, you are breaking down that muscle. You are wearing it down so you can build it back up stronger. So the workout isn't actually what's doing you any favors, it's the rest and recovery that is making you fitter. I wonder how I can show you what happens to your muscles when you do a big race or you do a solid workout and you're really thrashed. Because your muscles get really messed up, they get really torn up. Hold on. So, for this example, this shredder is the marathon. This piece of paper represents your muscles as you start running the marathon. So after the marathon, this is what your muscles look like. Not good. That's why recovery is important. Recovery can make your muscles back to normal. So now you know what the race will do to your muscles. How do you get better after? There's no getting around it. Running a marathon, running a half marathon, doing an intense workout is going to thrash your muscles. It all starts the second you cross the line. Okay, the first thing you want to do when you cross the line is get some food in your system. Now, this isn't as easy as it sounds because intense exercise diminishes your hunger, but that doesn't matter. You have to eat. If you get something in fairly quickly, I think the rule is like 15-20 minutes after you finish, you will feel better and that will kickstart your muscles to start repairing. After that, you want to have a big meal or a good meal within a couple hours, and that will really start the process. Now, I'm a fan of going for a run the day after a marathon. Very easy, very, very easy. Just a short run, a couple miles at an incredibly slow pace. You want to keep that heart rate down, and it's really just to promote blood flow in your legs and your muscles, and it'll make you feel better. It won't feel good in the beginning, I promise you that, but you will feel better as the run goes on, and you'll feel better throughout the rest of the day. Okay, what do you do in the week after your marathon? You definitely want to take some time off. I don't mean total time off, but you're going to want to become better friends with your sofa, you're going to want to get more sleep, but I want you to do active recovery. So what I mean by that is not just sitting around for a week or two after your race. I want you to get up, walk around, maybe go to the pool for a swim, do some aqua jogging, get on the elliptical, get on the bike, and take a good couple days off of running just to let your body heal. Remember, you have worked hard for this race, but now you've reached that goal. You've done what you came here to do, and now it's time to get better. You are not in good shape right now. Your body needs to heal, and you have to let it. I know it's easier said than done, and if you follow me on Strava, if you followed me on Strava for any length of the time, you know that I am not always the best one about recovery. But I know what has to be done. I don't always do it, it's very difficult, I know. So I can sympathize with you that you want to get out there and you want to work out. Don't do it. Recover, put in that time to recover, and you will feel better quicker. All right, after a couple weeks, it's time to get out there, start running again. But just like that day after the run, I like to run very easy. So that's keeping my heart rate very low, just kind of going out for a trot. You want to be at total conversational pace. So you want to be able to speak the whole time. This isn't a workout. This is just to get the blood flowing again. After about a week, you're really going to start feeling good. Your legs are going to feel better. They're not going to be as tired. But listen, you're not healed. It takes at least 2 weeks for your muscles to fully recover from the intense activity that is running a marathon. Now, everybody's different, and if you're doing a shorter event, it may not take that long. But with a marathon, I would say give yourself at least 2 weeks before you try and do any speed work, any kind of intense activity. I like to look at it like a reverse taper. When you're coming into a big event, you're going to be tapering. So let's go to the drawing board. This will look a lot better if I draw it out for you. Okay, this is what your training kind of looks like. Okay, so over time, this is race day, this is your training cycle, and you're slowly coming up, you're building mileage, you're doing these long runs, that's why your mileage is increasing, until race day. Then it starts to come down. This is the taper. From here to here is the taper. This is the race day and you're thrashed. So you do a reverse taper. You kind of come this way, slowly getting back into it until you taper back out to a sustainable mileage. Okay, one thing I think is very important to remember is that a reverse taper is not just a taper in reverse. When you're tapering for a race, you are lowering your mileage, but you're still keeping some intensity in there. So a week or two before, you're still going to be getting your legs turning over, you're going to be running some fast workouts. Now they're going to be a lot shorter than they were, say, a month out before your race, but you're still going to be having the intensity while lowering your volume. On the reverse taper, you're going to want to keep your volume low and your intensity low. I just want to caution you to hold off for a little longer. You will be stronger and you'll run harder in 3 or 4 weeks. You might have heard some people say you take a day off for every mile that you race. If you're racing a marathon, it's very difficult to take 26 days off of running or doing any kind of workout. I usually find about 3 weeks and I am back to full strength where I'm feeling really good and I can really hit those workouts. If you're running or if you're racing a little less, say a half marathon, a 10K, a 5K, then yeah, it's okay to take those days off. If you are thrashing a half marathon, 13 days off is going to do you a world of good. But with the marathon, for me, I think, 2 weeks, and then I can start building up after as I reach the 3rd week. And by the time 3 weeks have passed, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready to go all in again and start incorporating some speed back into my routine. Guys, I should probably mention that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a coach. I'm just a guy who likes to run. I've done a few marathons and I've tried pretty much everything. I've tried resting a lot. I've tried it where I haven't rested at all. After, that doesn't work. In that time frame after you run a marathon, your chance of getting injured just goes through the roof. And that is what I want you to avoid. There is no sense building up to this epic race that you've trained so hard for, only to not take a week or 2 or 3 off and become injured, and then you're out for 6 months. It just doesn't make any sense. Please go and rest after your race. You need to relax, not do intense workouts, let your body recover. What is also good for recovery? Eating. Now is not the time to go on a diet. You need to feed your body. You need to give your body the energy it needs so it can rebuild these muscles, so you can feel better. It's hugely important. Now, you can probably give yourself some leeway if you like to eat a little more ice cream, a little more sweets than usual. Listen, you've earned it. You've run a big race and you deserve it. Eat enough food to help rebuild your body. Okay, let's talk about recovery tools. I have here the stick. This thing is perfect for rolling out your muscles. So yeah, mainly I use it on my calves and I just roll it out like this and it hurts, but it hurts in a good way. I also have here a foam roller. This one is by Trigger Point. It's excellent. Oh, and before I forget, I'm gonna link to everything in the comments below. So if you're interested in any of these products, you can just go ahead and click and go right to it on Amazon. But this thing is worth its weight in gold. And again, it hurts when you do it, but you do get used to it and it will make you feel better. One more thing I wanna encourage you to do more than you usually do, and that is get enough sleep. Listen, it's always important to get enough sleep, but after a race, it is especially more important. So make sure you do get enough sleep. If you like this video, if you got anything from it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I think there's a little circle somewhere down here. If you click on that, you can subscribe. I'll see you next time.